art, comedy, pop culture, and much more. You're listening to ACPN.
Hello, young Swimcast citizens. Space Ghost here, a.k.a. George Lowe, inviting you in for all of the creamy, enjoyable listening goodness. Let's ladle some up right now, shall we?
Everybody, it's that time again. Time for another Swimcast. Yay! Joining us today is Ryan, or I should say R, because it's more than one person. Joining us today are Ryan.
Hello.
Jason.
Hey.
Jordan J. Galbo.
Hello.
And myself, Trish. Hooray!
Yay. Welcome to the show, everybody. This is the Swimcast, the longest running Adult Swim show on the interwebs.
But we are not Adult Swim.
Well, yeah, no.
So
Stop
telling us to put on Slave Carl.
What was the other one? Put on Death Note at like 1 a.m.?
Yeah, no, we can't put Death Note on at 1 a.m. I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
We can, but they wouldn't be able to watch it.
I mean, if you want to pull up a YouTube clip, which I think was Trish's answer. Yeah, I think people have figured that out by the time they start listening to this. We are not Adult Swim. Often imitated, never duplicated. The longest running Adult Swim podcast on the internet, talking about all things Adult Swim, and not always good at it, admittedly. You can find us on the web at adultswimcentral.com, which isn't really a site anymore, although I've had thoughts about that recently, or at acpnet.net, which you can find all kinds of cool podcasts for your earbuds.
What was that again? acpn.net?
acpnet.net.
Oh, it's acpnet?
acpnet.net.
No, there's no N?
acpnet.net.
Hold on, because... Wait, no, because when I made my post yesterday asking for questions we'll never get... hold on, I gotta find it. It's on Facebook.
Are you sure you sent it to them to the right place?
I didn't. I did not.
Oops.
acpn.net is what I wrote.
I wonder.
You guys, I'm fired. I gotta fire myself from this.
Oops. Let's be honest. I could have sent out an email asking people to go to the right email, and we probably wouldn't have gotten any because no one really emails anymore. No, wait, you sent it to the right one.
Well, no, but
podcasts at acpnet.net.
In the body of what I wrote, I said ACPN.
Oh, I
so
see.
If you guys are in our Facebook page.
Whoa, we flagged this site as malicious. Sure, you want to go there? This site could steal your sensitive info and hijack. Great job, Trish. You sent them to a site that's going to steal their sensitive info and hijack their malware.
Uh-oh. Hold on, I'm editing.
Better not hijack my malware.
It's funny because in the initial post you put the right email, so it's podcasts at acpnet.net.
Yeah, I just put in the wrong.
If I could get the old email back, if I had $300 to spend on, although they haven't said. The last thing it says, if you go to aquatincentral.com, it says this domain has expired. Please renew. Please contact your provider to renew. So I don't know if that means they're in between providers, because the last one said you can buy this domain from us, but it only costs $300. So I don't know. Anyway, we are here to talk about Adult Swim, apparently, even though I've tried watching Adult Swim here and there. I have stuff, but these fine people with me also have stuff that they have discussed. They have watched. What?
Wait, where did my doc go? Oh, right there. So wait,
it got stolen by malware.
Should we like get all the bullshit out before we have an actual discussion? Does anyone want to hear about my cats? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Okay, so yesterday, Sabrina was running back and forth in the hallway, and then she wanted to go in the guest room, and the door was open and everything, and she just like leapt in there like she was trying to jump over a fence. It was so funny. You had to be there. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh.
And
is that the cat news of the week?
I'm trying to think of something about Binks.
The episode.
Binks took a nap on me today while I took a nap.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Does anyone else have any bullshit they need to get off their chest?
Not really.
No, not really.
Ryan, it looks like you did something.
Oh, you want me to talk about C2E2 or?
Yeah,
AEW,
what is C2E2?
Sure. Yeah. I went to Chicago Comic-Con over the weekend. It was a pretty good time overall. Saw some cool cosplays, cool stuff. Gendy Trevowski was there. I did not get to see him though because it interfered with went to AEW over the weekend as well. That was the other reason I was down in Chicago, and that was a good time there. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean it was. Yeah, I mean there was like some celebrities there, like William Shatner and stuff, but you had to pay money to go see those guys, and I'm not made of money, so.
Yeah, and especially Shatner's.
He was there on Sunday, but I think he was just doing autographs, and it was like $100, and I was like, no, thank you.
It was only 100. I'm shocked. Usually, it's like more than that.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like George Lowe once said to us, or said to Jeff, I think, BMWs don't pay for themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think Shatner drives, but I'm sure, something.
He probably has to pay his driver though, he's probably getting chauffeured
exactly.
everywhere.
Yeah, true.
It's too good to drive.
He has to pay for the whoever buried his wife.
Yeah.
And then Ryan.
Yep.
I was looking at your photos, and I know we discussed this on your Facebook, but for the people who haven't heard, it looked like Man-Fae was there.
Yeah, it was like in the background. Yeah, I was just getting like a shot of like the banner and stuff, and I did Google it. It looked like it might have been a Man-Fae guy. I had to actually look it up because I had no idea who you were talking about, and I'm like Man-Fae, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Is Man-Fae still around though?
I wasn't aware of that of that cosplay existing until Trish told me after the con, so I wasn't even on the lookout. And the photo, it's in the distance, and the dude's like back is toward the camera, so on the other side of the dude could be anybody, but she was thinking it was Man-Fae, so it might have been,
I know from when I used to see him at Comic-Con, he had very hairy legs.
Yeah.
So
these like you couldn't really see the legs in this picture because he was so far away.
Yeah.
But it might not have been the Man-Fae, but it was a Man-Fae.
Yeah.
For those of you, no, go on.
No, you go on. You can explain. It was.
So, for those of you who are way too young to know what the fuck we're talking about, many, many moons ago, in honey, what was it, 2002? You don't remember? Adam is no help. So, there was a show called Cowboy Bebop, and it is the greatest fucking anime of all time. And there was a character on there named Faye Valentine. And because it was anime, even though it was a great show, she dressed like a prostitute because it was anime. And back in the day, there was a man who would dress up like Faye, and he had hairy ass, hairy legs, hairy everything. And he was very famous on the internet.
He was basically like if Joey Ryan from Impact Wrestling dressed as Man-Faye. Or as Faye Valentine.
I'd like to see that.
It could happen. You don't know. I'm trying to figure out if Man-Faye still exists.
Well, now that I know who he is, I'll keep my eye out for him when I'm at cons, because the next one I'm going to is in August in Indianapolis. I do Gen Con every year, so and people cosplay at that. So I'll keep an eye out for him, see if I can get a Man-Faye photo for Trish.
Yeah. What I was gonna say was between. I know I mentioned this off cast between AEW and going to see. I don't remember how to pronounce his name. Is it Gendi?
It's like Gendi. I have a hard time pronouncing it too. I think I've been pronouncing it Gennady. Maybe it's Gendi, but it's a Russian name. But the Dexter's Lab Samurai Jack guy.
So I would probably take AEW over him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Primal, but I've heard it's a good show.
Yeah. I haven't seen Primal yet either. The reason I'd go meet him is because I grew up in the 90s, and Dexter's Lab was like one of the main shows I watched, so it might be cool to meet him someday. But we already had the tickets for AEW, and, honestly, I'd rather, obviously paid money for that. So
Right.
And the show sold out in like a half hour too. So yeah. According to my friend that got the tickets. So
I think the Jersey show's almost all sold out. I know they opened up new tickets like recently, but they're
it's gonna sell out now with the blood and guts thing.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Getting a not War Games match.
War Games, not War Games.
You can't call it War Games.
By the way, tying this back into Adult Swim, since I don't think we were on when Rick and Morty started, but remember they had the Rick and Morty Day?
Yeah, that was weird. They didn't really do a whole lot, which I'm kind of thankful. But I know best friends. Their entrance video got a bunch of Rick and Morty shit spliced into it, and they came out cosplaying, right?
Right, them and Orange Cassidy as Rick.
Yeah.
And then did Justin Roiland announce him to the ring?
Yes.
Or was that another match?
No, I think they had Justin Roiland announcing best friends.
Yeah. Good old Warner Media synergy. We can't even call it Turner anymore because it's all one thing.
Yeah. That's all going to be the shit that's going to be in HBO Max when that happens.
Yeah, good point. I mean, HBO Max was announced while we were away also.
Yeah.
And, the big announcement of HBO Max is their Warner Media's big streaming conglomerate. I guess you could compare it to Disney Plus and all them.
It's going to be the thing that makes me finally get rid of Netflix, I feel like.
Probably. Between that and NBC's Peacock, I feel like Netflix is probably coming close to the end of its time. I mean, besides the stuff that they have on it, like the exclusive stuff like Stranger Things, which is probably almost over.
I mean, the only real original that I was watching with Netflix was BoJack, and that's over now. So it's
true.
So
I still have
for me.
That show.
It's so good.
I don't think I can watch BoJack anymore.
it's just too depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it does. I mean I watched it all the way through. It is kind of a
The second to last episode is the heaviest heaviest piece of television I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, I mean, it gets pretty. Because I watched it too. I was like feeling like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah. You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about. The one with the pool and yeah.
Yeah.
I
won't
heard
go any
he
further.
heard he tries to kill himself, and I can't watch that at this point in my life.
Yeah.
So, but I do love the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which is where my cat got her name.
Oh.
Her name at the shelter was Felt, and I was like, what the fuck kind of name is that for a cat?
Sabrina's a much better name. I had a cat named Sabrina.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, it was a family cat, but she passed away back in 2010.
Oh, I'm
When I
so
was actually at
sorry.
another con, yeah. So I got the news. It was like the beginning of like, so I forget which one it was at, but I was in the hotel room and I was all ready to go for the weekend. And then my mom calls me. She didn't know I was at a con at the time, and she breaks the news, and I'm like, oh man, this kind of bums me out now. So I mean, I took a shot for the cat, and you know all that. Yeah.
Did you drink with the cat normally?
No, just because when someone passes away, sometimes just like to this deceased person pet,
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
know. I was making a joke.
Oh, you're making a joke. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. Nobody knows when I'm joking. Seriously. We had brunch with my friend and her twin sister, and like her sister was like, I'm just now catching on to the fact that you're joking, and it was like an hour into brunch. Adam is the only person who knows when I'm joking most of the time. Right, Bunches? He's playing Forza.
Oh, them racing games.
He beats you, John.
Okay.
He raced against you, and he won.
Oh, okay. Ask me the last time I played Forza.
When was the last time you played Forza? We were wondering.
I don't remember. Maybe when the game was first available on Game Pass, or when it came out. I'm strictly a Fallout guy at this point, and I know general consensus is it's a horrible game, but it's not a horrible game.
You're like Andrea with Skyrim. She only plays Skyrim.
I can't not play Fallout, even though like nothing's going on right now.
That's like Andrea.
It's an addiction.
It is. You have a problem.
You have to feed the addiction. That's how you get over it.
It's true. Maybe. I don't know.
All right.
But yeah, going back to HBO Max, so big things are happening there. They're going to have new episodes or not new episodes, but they're going to have, I think, like specials for Adventure Time, and now they announced Steven Universe. And then Boondocks is supposed to come back, although I don't know how it's going to work now that Grandpa is gone. John Witherspoon passed away while we were away.
That was so sad because he had just released a cooking video.
Yeah, and I think you had pointed that out.
Yeah. I liked his cooking videos. Okay, here comes this guy walking through my yard.
What happened?
This old guy is like walking through my fucking yard.
Is it like the Apple lady?
I don't know. Yeah, I forgot about the Apple lady.
I remember your post about the Apple lady.
Everyone came to our yard for apples.
Why?
Because we had an apple tree.
And they took it all?
I mean, apple trees make a lot of apples.
But why are they taking your apples?
Because we told them it was okay, but one lady came with like 5 fucking grocery bags.
Well, you can't tell people to take apples for free because they're going to do that.
I know, but it was like, come on, take 1 bag, I get it, but like 5? And so Adam went out there and said something to her, but then our landlady, like after the season was over, was like, you know what, I think I'm going to put up a sign there that says free, because she had to hire somebody to clean up all the apples from the yard. But speaking of apples, we are very sad about John Witherspoon. Very, very sad.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. I don't know
Mhm.
how I'm sure they can get anyone to, and who knows how much, if anything, he recorded. Because
Mhm.
Max is coming out this summer, and then I don't know when.
Actually, it's coming out in May.
No, May is technically summer now.
Yeah, I guess true.
HBO Max release.
It's gonna have, outside of that stuff though too. It's gonna have, I think, everything that Adult Swim's ever put out. It's supposed to have a big Adult Swim library.
Yeah, because the preview teaser trailer, whatever it was, had like Aqua Teen and like Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell.
Yeah, it's gonna. I think it has everything from that. I think they got a big Cartoon Network library, including I think they said something about having like a pretty sizable chunk of the Looney Tunes catalog streaming.
I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, they own everything.
Yeah. Oh, they're also gonna have all the Studio Ghibli movies for the first time in America.
Who was were they the company that bought the rights to air South Park? Or is that Hulu?
I'm not.
I'll look it up.
Because that's Viacom, right?
But there was a big thing, and I thought they had said HBO Max got the rights.
It might be. I'm not sure.
Wait, so
Yes,
HBO?
I'm right.
Okay,
October
that makes sense.
2019, South Park will exclusively stream on HBO Max. Deal is worth $500 million to $550 million.
Jesus, they're also gonna have. I know they're gonna have Friends exclusively, and they're gonna have that like reunion special.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's
when you're getting that humongoid AT&T money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it was like that first year they announced it. Like everyone was still like tight walleted, whatever you want to call it. But like now that they're like, they went headfirst into like the Warner Media stuff, like it feels like it like went back to the way it used to be when Ted Turner had his pocketbook open.
I also thought it was interesting. I was looking at the HBO Max site a while back, and I think it lists Crunchyroll as part of it.
Yeah, I think they own the rights to Crunchyroll. I also know they own the rights to Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. So I mean, if they're gonna have Crunchyroll on this thing too, I'm not even gonna need Verve anymore either. That get rid of Netflix and get rid of Verve, and I mean, there's everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of what ifs with this new HBO Max coming out. I mean, the fact that DC Universe is still a thing after HBO Max is announced, and they haven't really said boo about it.
Yeah.
Although, sidebar, if you have access, I want to say, or can legally acquire at least the Harley Quinn library, worth watching.
Oh, the animated series?
Yeah.
I really want to watch that. I keep seeing from it. It looks amazing.
Yes, I've only seen one clip, and I just from the one clip I saw, I want to watch the whole show now.
If you can find it any way you can, we're not condoning certain
by legal means
legally acquiring it. It is amazing, and every episode just feels like some. I mean, I keep calling it Adult Venture Brothers, and I know Venture Brothers is an adult show.
Yeah,
but it just feels like, I guess, like if Venture Brothers was on HBO.
If Venture Brothers could say fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not even just that, just the content that's involved, because it's like the same idea. It's the supervillains, in like normal settings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been meaning to. It looks fantastic.
Mm. So yeah, I have no idea what they plan on doing with DC Universe.
And Boondocks.
Boondocks. That's what I was going to look up next. Docs, HBO Max.
But I'm excited for it. It's if it works out the way that it looks like it's going to work out, it's going to replace a couple for me. I think there's gonna be live sports on there too, which is nuts. Like, I'm very in for it.
How much are they going to
Like
charge?
sports. I think it's 15.
A month?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
but you get a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, if
You
you're
know.
getting all that content from like, think about it. You're not just getting you're getting all the Warner Media stuff. So it's what? It's Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, True TV, TBS, TNT, probably AEW Wrestling.
Yeah,
Somewhere in
HBO.
between. HBO, Cinemax, DC Universe,
I can realistically see them
Looney Tunes,
like
Hanna-Barbera probably. Oh, that was, I think we did an episode where we talked about the Hanna-Barbera stuff, didn't we?
maybe. It's possible.
I don't remember.
They're coming out with a few not Looney Tunes, Hanna-Barbera properties, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
See, like most of that I just don't care about.
But this,
Like I want to watch
one
the Boondocks and that's it.
Oh yeah, they're coming out with a Jellystone one with Yogi Bear and all them by the guy who did Chowder.
Oh yeah,
That'd be
I'm
pretty cool.
excited for that one. I forgot.
Yeah, because I think
Fantastic.
if I said it, and this was a long time ago, which is a testament to how many months in between episodes. But I remember saying if they don't get Dana as at least one of these characters,
Oh yeah.
it's ridiculous if they don't.
What I was gonna say was I can realistically see them like putting AEW pay-per-views on there as like a network type of deal, like a WWE network kind of thing.
And that would work because I mean the current model is just horrible of them.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully they don't air monthly pay-per-views, so it's like you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind the $50 price tag for.
Or if you can
every
find
4
someone
months.
to split with, because you can have two screens streaming at once on
BR Live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Yeah, that's what I did the last two pay-per-views. I'm with some group that was one of the guys was like, "Hey, do you want to split this?" I'm like, "Yeah."
It's good to know, actually.
25.
Yeah.
And on the flip
Like
side, you got
privilege.
WWE possibly going to ESPN.
Yeah, that's a whole other fucking thing.
That shit's crazy.
Like, I mean, they could do whatever the hell they want. I don't watch WWE programming anymore, but
I'm starting not to. I think Monday and Friday is kind of like background noise at this point, and Wednesdays is kind of slowing down for me.
yeah.
Have you
I'm just
guys
watching AEW.
have you guys watched The Dark Side of the Ring on Vice?
I
I've been
had
meaning to.
I had it recorded when I had Spectrum, but
Mhm.
I lost it when we switched to Verizon because Spectrum was being assholes.
Like
just
cable,
announced
Like
that
cable is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just announced this what they're doing for season 2 of
Yes.
of that, and I actually really want to watch a lot of it.
Oh yeah.
I know they're doing
Benoit. And not of the Ballz type.
I was just gonna say Ballz, but
That was the other thing. Archer's coming back again. I thought they were done with that.
really?
Not that I'm
Really?
complaining.
I'm not complaining either. I mean, I like the way they wrapped everything up and stuff, but it'll be cool to see him after the coma, Unless they're going like backwards in time. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard much of anything except it was renewed.
Oh.
Real quick,
Oh, May
just
20th,
curiosity.
FXX,
Why
sorry.
are you guys done with WWE wrestling?
it's just not very good.
Oh wow.
It's
I mean, I'm not completely done with it. It's just a lot of it is like.
what
Well, how could
I
I
have a lot of
explain it?
issues. I have a lot of issues with how they with decisions that they make in terms of their storytelling and things like that.
Yeah, and you're not
You-
alone on that. I mean, I listen.
Yeah,
I listen to Sirius XM every day. They have a wrestling show with Bully Ray and Mark Henry and Tommy Dreamer and a bunch of other people.
I mean,
And They're basically questioning the same stuff. It's like, you know, why don't they have this? Why don't they, you know?
Well, because it's something that's really difficult to understand when you have like specifically what just happened with in Saudi Arabia.
Well, that's a whole other story.
They're still doing those shows.
The fact that they're taking all this Saudi Arabia money,
exactly, that they're still doing these. Yeah, that they're still doing these fucking Saudi shows regardless is still one thing. But then, and that's one thing to look at. And in terms of creatively, they built up a character to be this monster that's unbeatable, that's unkillable, and all this shit. And they gave him the Tom Savini mask, and they did all this stuff, and he's huge.
And the $7,000 Savini belt.
And all this shit, yeah. And then he's supposed to be the biggest guy in the entire company, and everybody's so in love with it. And then he loses to a 56-year-old retired wrestler and loses to him.
And you know why? Because they wrote him into a corner by putting the belt on him to begin with.
Yeah. They wrote him into a corner, and not only that, they know that if they're going to try and sell papers to ESPN can market Goldberg better than they can market The Fiend, because Goldberg is a recognizable face for people who are lapsed fans.
That's the explanation. Thank you for that, Jason. It's WWE caters more to mainstream sports and entertainment at this point, and it seems like they give zero fucks about where they're getting their money from and what they're doing with it.
And so they're just getting kind of skeezy.
Yeah, it's that they're money. And
I mean, at this point, it's like, you know, they got the Saudi money. They got like $2 million to put their Friday night show on Fox. And it seems like, oh, we'll just throw shit at the wall, and whatever happens, happens. If it's a good story, it's a good story.
They're going to get more money when they go to ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Vince is like, well, I don't give a shit. I'm doing football now.
Yeah. And like they have, and like the thing with Goldberg too is the man is 6 years old, tired. He comes back once a year maybe, and like looking at AEW, they're up until recently their one champion was Chris Jericho, who's similar age to Goldberg. But
I had such a crush on him when I was a kid.
Jericho?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jericho's the best.
He
had that long blonde hair, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's so hot!"
Yeah.
And now he's like 70, and I'm like, "Oh." He's
a little schlubby, but he's still like.
I noticed he seems to have gotten rid of the beer gut.
A little bit, yeah.
Was he on an episode of Fuck That's Delicious?
Maybe. That'd be funny.
Probably.
Yeah, bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly.
He's a similar age to Goldberg, but he's there every week. Like even if he's not fighting, he's on TV.
And he can still go.
He's fantastic in the ring.
They have wrestlers. I mean, you watch the videos of PCO with me.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That guy can still go.
Yeah, and he's
not that Goldberg can't still go. It's that, like you said, he's only there like as
once a year.
An effective transitional champion.
He's there once a year to show up in Saudi Arabia.
I was shocked he showed up on SmackDown
for a month. Yeah, I mean, remember when recently they advertised him for what was it, for Raw or SmackDown? He's going to be
here. And he's going to be here satellite. First time satellite, and then a week later they're like, we swear he's going to be. We should stop talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
Turn this into the wrestling podcast.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. I've been wanting a wrestling podcast for the network for a while now, and nothing's materialized yet. I have some feelers out there, but nothing yet.
I can't watch wrestling anymore because Roddy Piper's dead.
Oh, well, that's not a reason not to watch it. His daughter was on AEW.
Was she really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Does she have an accent too?
No.
Oh.
I just recently played through Saints Row 4.
Mm-hmm.
Did not know Roddy Piper was in that game.
Huh. Oh, wow. Have you guys seen the episodes where he's on It's Always Sunny?
Yes.
I really have to catch up on that show.
Oh my god, you do.
I've watched everything but the most recent season, but it's like one of my most favorite, most quotable shows with my friends.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
We're always singing the night or the day man cometh.
yeah,
Oh.
very
Fighter
cool.
of the nightmare.
Got my neighbor into it, and he hasn't stopped watching. I got into it months ago, and he just like binges the show when he can, and he's just quoting it to me like all the time. Because for years I quoted it with another guy we both know, and he wasn't getting our references, because there are a lot of context. He wouldn't tell him, and then eventually we told him about the show when he started watching it, and he's like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Why haven't I started watching this sooner?"
I keep trying to get my dad to watch it, but like my mom is always there and she would hate it. So maybe when they come out this summer, like I really want him to see the implication episode. The gang buys the boat.
It's a very good episode.
That was a great episode. They're all like, honestly, it's one of those shows where I can't think of like an episode where I watched and I was like, that's a bad episode,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love, you're out there, the middle of the ocean. What is she gonna do? The implication.
And I know the reference because other people on other podcasts have it up.
Adam played this boring space game for a while, and he named his ship the Implication.
It is actually a pretty cool name for a boat.
Yeah. So anyway, Rick and Morty.
Nice transition.
Yeah, I only saw the first episode of this new season, so I don't really have too much insight on it, but I mentioned this on my new show, but I love how now everything in every episode has to become a pop figure.
Yeah.
It's like you walk into a Hot Topic and it's wall-to-wall pop figures of Teddy Bear Rick, B Rick.
Oh my God. Really?
Kirkland Meeseeks.
Oh my God, Kirkland Meeseeks.
They're going to do Nazi Rick, or do they already have that?
They probably do.
Or Communist Rick.
Look up Hot Topic, go to hottopic.com and just probably do the search for like whatever Rick they have.
Yeah.
You know what? What the hell? I'm going to do it right now.
I've completely lapsed from that show.
I heard Szechuan sauce is making a comeback.
Oh God!
I saw that.
Why?
I think it's terrible.
I think it's more from Mulan.
Yeah, probably. By the way,
Yeah.
It was really bad. I had it. It was like somebody took some ketchup and put some soy sauce into it, and it was really gross.
Ew.
I heard he just mix sweet and sour with, I think, barbecue, and it's like similar because there's like a guy that he recreates recipes from TV shows. I think it's Binging with Babish on YouTube, and he did an episode on it. He recreated the sauce 3 different ways. He did it with actual McDonald's packets. He's like, oh yeah, so yeah, if you do like sweet and sour with like barbecue or whatever, you get the exact same sauce.
You know what's weird?
What?
Ever since I was like little, that's what I get with my chicken McNuggets. I get sweet and sour and barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I found the Pop Funko Kirkland Meeseeks.
Yeah. I found a bunch of the on Hot Topic. Let's see, filter if I can filter it. Filter by product type. Collectibles, I guess that would be it. Yeah, there we go. So they got, and I'm probably spoiling parts of this, although I saw the Space Snake ad somewhere. So Rick and Morty, Spacesuit Morty with Snake, Hospice Morty, Swifty Rick vinyl figure, Spacesuit Rick with the snake, Crystal Skull vinyl Rick, Snowball, that's an older one, I guess. Hologram Rick clone, King of Shit. I don't know that episode yet.
You haven't seen that one? Oh my God.
It's a whole episode about pooping.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And it gets a little deep, but it's mostly, it's a good episode.
Deep. Poop does get deep.
It gets way too deep for me.
Like it's it's a funny like episode about like Rick needs to take a shit, but then it just it turns into like a deeper-ish episode, but without getting like the humor kind of prevents it from getting like too like serious. But
Oh
Mhm.
god.
yeah.
Oh, here's Wasp Rick, Death Crystal Morty, Mr. Poopy Butthole Auctioneer, Kirkland Meeseeks. Oh, it pulled because I put in the word Rick. It picked up Rick James Funko Pop.
You saw the Super Bowl commercial?
Yeah, the Pringles one.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah.
It was weird seeing it on 30 televisions in a Busters.
Yeah.
AT&T's
got the money.
Yeah.
They're gonna spend it wisely on their their bread and butter of Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
They no longer have my money.
Why not?
Because we switched to T-Mobile.
Oh. Well, I don't have. First of all, T-Mobile is terrible too, and I won't get into.
Not where we live.
It'll wait. It'll take too damn long, and we'll have to edit this down. I'll have to edit this down. But no, I don't have AT&T Mobile either. AT&T.
Verizon.
I have Verizon, but I have but AT&T is television too.
Yeah.
Not just a cell phone company.
Yeah.
Stupid AT&T. I hate AT&T.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why?
Because they cheat you into opening a second line, and then
No. Because they're part of the reason that your pretty face is not coming back.
What, it's not coming back?
Or is it?
Or is it? We don't know.
It's news to me if it's not coming back. I'm kind of depressed now. What?
Ryan, you need to be on Your Pretty Face group on Facebook.
I think I am on the Your Pretty Facebook on Facebook. I probably haven't.
So, did you not see that huge thread about how we all need to contact Adult Swim and beg them to bring it back?
I guess not. I'm going to Facebook now because I am a part of the group. I just must have missed the post.
Do you want to summarize it, Trish?
You do it because
no,
I don't know the details as much.
No, I don't know the details either of that end. I was pulling up Casper Kelly's Twitter to do the second part of it.
I got a joke. How many guys does it take to wallpaper a room?
Oh.
It depends on how thinly you slice them.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, so that one I remember seeing that post, that meme. I'm looking. So I'm on the page now and I'm scrolling. How long ago was that posted?
I'm looking at it now. Oh, here it is. February 18th. Please let Adult Swim know we'd like more Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell and not just a one-off wrap-up special. We should put Adult Swim's contact in the notes for the show.
Okay, although I don't know. I mean, I was for this, and I know I reposted this on the AS Central page.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I kind of, unless it's a different feeling with Your Pretty Face than it was with Metalocalypse, I don't see it really going too far.
Right.
Although someone on Twitter actually reached out to Casper Kelly, the co-creator of Your Pretty Face, and asked him if season 4 was going to be the last season or if there was another one coming up. And Casper Kelly said, "I can't formally comment, but I'm feeling smiley face." So I wonder if this was a little premature for people to start saying, "Oh, Your Pretty Face was canceled." Because I mean, yes, the group was saying that.
Well, I don't know. William Tavares. I found some comments from William Tokarski, and he said, "Sadly, a season 5 will not happen." But
yeah,
Your Pretty Face is going to hell.
Unless he's trolling.
So that's all I can say right now. And he put that in a comment 3 weeks ago. That's kind of recent-ish, unless something's changed since 3 weeks ago. I'm kind of.
I don't think he'd be trolling though. He's not a troll like that.
He's on the show, so I think he'd know better than anybody. You know.
Yeah, I don't know, or maybe he genuinely didn't know.
Or maybe, I mean,
who would know first, the showrunner or the talent?
I guess it's figured because he's on the show. I figured he'd probably know more than.
And I should point out this is something I had in the notes too, but I think I deleted it. Did I delete it? Yeah, I did delete it. Mike Lazo retired.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So who's to say he's the one that said you're canceled, as he has with so many shows that we love in the past, versus whoever is, either interim in charge, like Keith Crawford or Matt Harrigan or someone saying, okay, well, uncanceled.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my hot take on it.
Okay, so we anyone watch Toonami?
No.
Not really. I watched most of my anime on like Crunchyroll and stuff. So, yeah. That's probably why it's probably why it's shrinking, because everyone's streaming their anime now. No one's probably watching it on TV.
Yeah, I did just finish watching through something that is airing on me.
Yeah, I know. I pulled the. I might have brought this up on a previous show, but I'm part of the Discord for the Swimpedia folks, and I asked them if they had any suggestions for the show to add for this show, and they're like, "Well, what about Toonami?" I'm like, "We might have guys that watch Toonami."
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I watch stuff that airs on Toonami, but I don't watch it on Toonami. I think that's why it's shrinking, though, because people probably don't watch it on the TV. They stream it now.
Like I know they're airing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 right now, which is really fucking good. And I think they're airing Demon Slayer too, and I just finished that. It was really good too.
Well, I would just, since no one really, is very actively watching Toonami on Saturday. It's a Saturday. Busy though.
Yeah, I'm usually out on Saturday.
I'm usually at like a bar or something,
But I'll preface this by saying there is a way better Toonami podcast that you should be listening to if you don't already. It's called Toonami Faithful, and it's run by some cool dudes.
Didn't we have them on our show before?
I will recognize that we had one person from that show.
We did. It was very nice.
Not going into the other one, may or may not be in prison. Or at least on a list of some kind.
Okay. So now on to the new stuff.
New stuff.
Ballmastrz 9009.
Really liking this new season.
Me too.
I think it's better than the last season. The last season was all right, but I think this season they really found their.
Yeah,
it's good.
I saw the premiere episodes on the first night, the two that they aired. I have to say, one, I am really surprised they gave Ballmastrz a second season. I'm really glad they did. And two, I forget when how long here? Almost 2 years. So that means 2 years ago was the first season, around about. So within the span of the last 2 seasons, Christie has really upped his animation game.
Yeah.
I mean, even it was either the first or the second episode, I was seeing like elements of like Dragon Ball Z and like Akira.
Yeah, I love how the animation just kind of switches up.
Yeah.
And becomes something new and then goes back to what it was.
Yeah, I love it. It's like very like a lot of energy, in the art style, Very energetic.
Yeah. The other thing that shocked me, I was up late that night, the premiere night. They had Christie and Dana Snyder were doing some crazy shit online, where they were giving away like the baby ball stress balls and like T-shirts and stuff.
Oh wow!
Cool.
Did you win anything?
I almost got through to them.
Oh,
because the first half was before the show, so I think it started at like 11:30, and they were on just like dicking around, and Christie's like all in Quasar gear. It was hysterical, and they were taking calls, but like I was double fisting phones. I had like the cell phone in my right hand and my home phone in my left, and at one point I just kept hitting auto dial on one or both of the phones, and I accidentally called my father-in-law.
Oh my god!
I'm like, whoops. So the first half it was like perpetually busy, but the second half I actually got through, and I guess they had like their intern like picked up and was like, "Oh, hey, who's this?" And I'm like, "This is Frankie from Staten Island." Just trying to like ham it up, and like if I ended up getting on something different. And he's like, "Oh, how you doing tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I gotta work." Like, okay, do we have your consent to call you back if you get through? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. He's like, oh, okay. So please hold. It's like dead air for like the entire time until like the webcast ends.
Oh, jeez.
I think they took like the first guy and like he won or something. It was some random, like the first half was like spinning. Dana would spin a wheel. And whatever you won. And then the second half was like, answer this one question and we're done. And it was like, okay, you answered the question. Good night.
It sounds anticlimactic.
It really was. Especially
so, what did we think of the first two episodes? I can't exactly remember what happened.
There was a thing with what the fuck is the kid's name?
I don't know. I forget his name, but the orphan kid.
Yeah.
The main kid. Yeah, he gets the parents.
I want to say Gene, but that's a different show.
No.
Ace,
that's it.
Yeah, they make him the robot parents or something.
Oh, yep. That's right.
Yeah.
And they will do anything to protect him.
Right.
And they don't like the rest of the leptons.
Right.
And his dad is a butt doctor working on a cure for farts. Very important work he's doing.
Yeah. The thing with having two episodes a night is they kind of mix together, though, because I was trying to figure out what it was, and it was the Oprah thing.
Yeah.
The Oprah thing.
Oh, with Rachel Dratch as like the teratoma.
The teratoma?
Yeah, the thing coming out of her stomach, making the joke.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. Oh, right.
Fun times.
Yeah, that was gross.
Yeah.
That was an STD.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. But yeah, they were good episodes.
They were, and
I have the other two recorded, but I need to catch up.
This week's were really good, yeah.
That's all I'll say, so I don't spoil them for you. But they're good. So one of them is a Dana Snyder heavy episode, and it's probably my favorite one of the season so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Segueing to Dana, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because I don't know too much about the other shows. Anyone catch Thundercats Roar yet?
No.
Not yet. I mean, I want to check it out. I've heard it's good.
It's actually pretty funny. I mean, everyone's shitting on it because, Thundercats, you ruined my childhood, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And Ryan, you brought up a good point before cast. Did anyone watch the Toonami version?
Right, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like everyone's complaining, oh, this isn't the action cartoon, man. And it's like you got an action cartoon like 5 or 6 years ago or whenever it was. No one watched it. It did terrible in the ratings, but it was actually a pretty decent like show from what I've heard from the people that have watched it, but no one watched it. And then they're like, well, this like Teen Titans Go and stuff is popular. That's what's getting the views. So make it like that. But then everyone complains, but more people are watching it. So I mean, kids are watching it, but
it's funny because everyone shits on Teen Titans Go too. Oh,
I know. Like, I mean, I did too at the beginning because I grew up with the original Teen Titans, but it kind of grew on me. Like after the movie, I was like, okay, this is. I said, okay, there's some stuff here that's getting the chuckle out of me. you're off the hook, you know.
The thing about Cartoon Network in the last, I want to say 5 to 8 years is it's mainly for kids and for adults to go, oh, that's kind of funny. You know, it's not stuff that's supposed to be like super intelligent or super action heavy. It's, you know, like you got Teen Titans, you got Gumball, Clarence, Adventure Time.
Steven Universe is pretty heavy.
Yeah, that's
But I would say Steven Universe and Adventure Time both have their like
moments,
heavy moments.
Yeah, they kind of, you know, not bridge the gap, but like they straddle that line between the action stuff and the silliness.
But then you got the goofy stuff to kind of even it out on the network.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like a good balance. But yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it's kind of like I'm almost 30. It's kind of like I can't even complain about Cartoon Network anymore because it's like I'm not their target demographic, you know?
That's how I feel.
Oh my God, almost 30.
Yeah. Well, I mean, six more months. I got not 6, like 5, 4. Shit. It's
it's March now.
It's June. So yeah, like 4 is yeah.
I'm almost 40. I'm really upset about this.
Yeah.
I only have 3 more years of 30, and then everything starts to shut down.
I'm the baby here, I guess. 28.
No, you're 28?
Yeah.
Oh, we thought Ryan was the youngest.
Yeah. Normally I'm like the older one in my group of friends, but yeah. Although at the con I was at this weekend, I was the youngest one in the group because everyone was like in their mid 30s, like 30, like 33 to like 35. Yeah. So it was kind of cool being the youngest again.
But yeah, you know, I was on the bandwagon of the show because it's Thundercats, and then you go back and watch the original Thundercats, and it's like that didn't really age well. And I gave the first 2 episodes because it's a 2-parter a chance, and I'm like, this is actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
And it's like tongue in cheek, and the fact that Dana is playing the robot bear.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, I want to give it a go. It looks pretty decent. I've never been crazy into Thundercats, like that whole thing where like how dare they?
It's kind of
happen here. But
kind of to me, it's kind of a hybrid between like Adventure Time and Gumball.
Okay.
Like it's supposed to be action packed, but it's also got that like just absurd silliness to it.
Yeah.
And it works. I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to take Ballz off of here because I don't think anyone else Ballz this week.
We're the only ones.
I think we're the only ones. You want to review it, dear?
It was good, but it wasn't the best. I'll leave it.
But it had a song about pee pee poo poo.
Yeah, see, I agree with Trish. It had a song about pee pee and the poo poo.
Well, that automatically makes it the best right there.
The theme so far with this season, with the last
Hang on.
episode.
Say it again.
I noticed the theme so far with this season. The younger siblings helping out Tina, because this is the second episode they've done that. Because the episode where, with the little fish.
Oh, yeah. They don't watch it, by the way.
Oh, well, I know you watch it.
Well, you know I watch it. You're there when I watch it.
Newlyweds.
I think the newlywed part is over, dear.
The honeymoon is way over, Trish.
The honeymoon is over.
I think we still love each other, though.
We love each other, but the honeymoon is over.
Yeah.
Do you choke each other on a regular basis?
Yes.
I threatened to stab him.
Aw.
But then she's handing me the Tina Cucci copy I bought for passing her exam.
I threatened to cut off Adam's arms and legs if he ever tries to leave me, and then I'm going to chain him to the bed and give him a bucket to poop in.
For the poo-poo and the pee-pee?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I think that's about the extent of our Bob's Burgers talk.
What is up with 3 busy Debras? I thought that was just some kind of promo joke.
And I'm using my Bob's Burgers mug.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
She loves Bob's Burgers.
I do.
I do too.
It's like the best thing on the Animation Domination lineup.
This is true, because how much more Simpsons and Family Guy can you really endure?
Exactly. Like, honestly, I've been done with Family Guy for seasons. I've been watching the hell out of American Dad because you got that on Hulu, and it's just so much better, like in every way.
Yeah.
And
I
Cleveland
disagree.
show's gone.
I
What?
completely disagree.
What?
I don't know. American Dad is like Roger is always playing some wacky character, and Stan is always overconfident and then realizes he needs to be humble, and Steve is always trying to be manly, but he's just a little pussy, and then there's Haley, who's like just wants to smoke weed and do nothing
Well,
with her life.
You could take the Family Guy cast and whittle them down.
Yeah, you could do that with Family
True.
Guy too. You know.
You could really do that with any show.
I mean, you could do that with like
Yeah.
any show too. But
I know. I feel like Family Guy is a better quality.
I haven't watched Family Guy since probably the second cancellation.
yeah,
Actually, no, I
There
watched
was
it
a
for when it
second-
came back.
Wait,
Yeah, it
there
got
was a
canceled.
second?
I think it got canceled twice before it got like fully revived.
Hmm.
But like I watched it for a little bit when Fox decided, and they stopped looking back. I fucking hate Family Guy. I gotta say, it got really formulaic and unfunny for me. And for me, American Dad has really gotten better over time. I haven't seen the most recent stuff.
it's still good. Like I think it gets better with like the newer seasons, and it's one of the few shows I watch
Yeah.
where I like the newer seasons are actually better. Because if I go back and I rewatch like those first couple of seasons, they kind of feel like Family Guy. But once you get past like a certain point, like season 3 or 4 or
Yeah.
whatever, then it starts getting like its own
its own
identity,
show.
and it starts, you know. Because I think the episode that won me over officially was they did the James Bond parody
yeah.
episode. I forget
that's a very good
what
one.
the name was, but yeah, where Stan's like a
Tearjerker?
James Bond spy and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
Where they like
I-
went off, off the grid, kind of.
yeah,
Once that show that show got its own identity, started doing a lot of weird shit, and that's
yeah.
what I really admire about it is like the really oddly experimental episodes. Like what was it? The hot tub one.
Oh yeah.
There's that. There's the one right after that was the hurricane episode.
Yeah.
They did the one that was all a stage show. That was
Yeah.
a direct like parody of August Osage County or something like that. Like they have a lot of the episodes have really interesting sort of unique plots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really dig. I've liked that show a lot.
Yeah.
First 2 seasons, I think it's a fantastic show.
I like Stan's dad as Krampus.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, he's good. Although I don't think he's Krampus anymore, because I think I saw like a newer one, and he was just like Stan's dad. But maybe that was a flashback. But I do like.
Oh.
See, the Christmas episodes are absolutely what won me over for American Dad.
Yeah, I know those are some of the best like Christmas. Like I go back and I rewatch like all of them. Is this got like that crazy humor? Like I love it where Stan's dad is like driving the bus in Baltimore or whatever. He's like, I gave up being Krampus, and then like
Yeah.
at the end of the episode when they like defeat Santa, he's like, I know it's gonna be hard for you to understand, son, but I'm tired of being a bus driver in Baltimore. I'm living in the North Pole.
Like I think the first episode that I really is the Rapture one
Yeah,
from way back. And I love that episode, and every time I watch it, it's still great. There's the one gag in there that I love where Stan, Francine, and Jesus get caught in a trap, and it's like a glass cage, and it gets filled up with sand, and the cage falls apart, shatters, and the sand all falls down, and it's because they get caught by the Antichrist. And
Yeah.
he goes, see, Jesus was a carpenter. I'm not handy at all, and starts. I love that joke. It's fucking stupid. I love that joke though.
yeah, no, it's great, and it's also great that they don't do that thing where they like. Where a joke overstays its welcome, like Family Guy does. We're like, oh, we need to fill time. Let's just recycle this joke for like a solid minute just to fill
Yeah.
time in the episode, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah,
Three
what was?
busy Debras. What's
Oh
up with
yeah,
three busy
that
Debras?
Oh, right.
That's-
Yeah, sorry, I
no,
got us
Amy-
derailed there.
Isn't Amy Poehler producing that one?
I think so. It looks interesting.
By the way, if you at home listening want to audition for this show, if you think you can help us out, please do so by emailing podcasts@acpnet.net.
Do not go to ACPN.
acp.net.
No, do not go to acpn.net. Don't go there.
What is acpn.net? Because you put acp.net.
I know because I corrected it.
acpn.net. Before you continue to acpn.net, you'll be redirected to the Chrome store and be given the option to save search and say, oh yeah, I really want to. All right, I looked up the Wikipedia for Three Busy Debras.
Yes.
Upcoming American comedy series created and starring Sandy Honig, Mitra Johari, and Alyssa Stonoha. I'm no good with those multiple vowel names.
Mm-hmm.
February 12th, it was announced the series will premiere on March 29th. Three Busy Debras follows the surreal day-to-day lives of three deranged housewives, all named Deborah, in their affluent suburban town of Lemon Curd, Connecticut.
It looks like it's a parody of Desperate Housewives.
Saw a promo of it for it, and it seems very strange. But it might be pretty good. It might be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's Amy Poehler, but I mean, I saw her. She's producing that other show on Fox, and that really wasn't grabbing me.
Was it? Duncanville, yeah.
Yeah,
that's probably going to get one season, and then because that's what seems to happen with those, you know.
Yeah, they have a hard time with that kind of thing.
Didn't that other show get greenlit for a second season?
Bless the Hearts, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that show was terrible.
I didn't even I just saw the promotional material for that, and I was like, "Oh, wow, this is the level we're on."
I kind of wanted to check that one out because it's technically in the same universe. The King of the.
Oh yeah, I did hear something about that.
They have megalomarts and shit. But whatever.
I thought I heard it got a second season. I'm not seeing.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't have a hell.
Oh, 2019. Oh, series debuted on September 29th and was renewed for a second season on October 18th. I don't know. I mean, it's not for, disinterest. It's just, there's so much TV out there now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
There really is, though, too much TV out there almost.
Yeah. And I was correct about Amy Poehler produced Kim Lessing through Paper Kite Productions. And it looks like all the stars of the show are also producing.
What's up with Tim and Eric's Beef House?
I don't know, but it's Tim and Eric, so I would probably give it a shot.
I'm on board with anything Tim and Eric. They haven't steered me wrong yet. I watch all their shows, even the ones that only get a season. They're hilarious,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It looks decent.
I'm looking that up, but it's not coming up on Wikipedia.
I know it's like a 3-camera sitcom, like a traditional sitcom, with like a set and shit.
Let's see
last time Swim did that didn't really work out. Jack and Triumph. But
that was that was the exception. I feel. Forget why. I think it was too much money for them to make.
Yeah.
Because they were filming it in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because was Universal producing that one? Oh, what the hell? I'll open up Wikipedia for that too. Wikipedia, Jack and Triumph.
Do 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 do
You doing the Delocated theme song?
No.
Oh no! Oh, I thought that's what you're doing.
The poo-poo and the pee-pee and the poo-poo.
Oh.
Taking a poop in my toilet. My seat is heated because I'm rich as fuck. Got a heated seat on my toilet, which is good because it gets in the 20s in the winter here.
Only the 20s?
No, it gets cold.
We get like negative degree weather here in polar vortexes,
Okay.
so
We don't get negative.
Yeah, 20 is fine. A lot of those photos you see are I'm on my patio with like the bloodies and the cigars. Yeah, it's like 20 degrees out and I'm in my bathrobe. So
why are you out there in your bathrobe?
Because it's 20. It's not
it's
that
warm.
bad. It's warm. If it wasn't for that breeze, it'd be perfect.
Well, anyway, I couldn't find anything. I'm pretty sure that Robert Smigel did a thing, well, like an AMA, where he said it was because of money.
Okay.
Has anybody watched Joe Pera Talks with you?
I really want to.
No.
It's so good.
The first time I heard about it, though, a TV producer guy was approaching me when I was working out in the field, and he gave me a flyer because he was looking for like a house with like a removable like storm window to take out and put back in for a scene. And he said, "Oh, Cartoon Network." And I looked it up when I got home, and I was like, "Oh, now I kind of want to watch this because I filmed an episode in Milwaukee." You know?
Oh wow!
Yeah. And
that's right.
Yeah. He gave me like a flyer and stuff, but I don't know of any houses like that. And I was but it was just kind of cool that like I was just literally heading back to my truck, and this guy approaches me and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm with the TV studio, I'm producing Joe Pera Talks to Cartoon Network," and that's how I first like I never even heard of it before the guy mentioned it to me, and so I kind of want to watch the show because of that. I've seen some clips online, but that's it.
Yeah, I got to get into it too. Seems like something that would be up my alley. It was on the background the night that I saw Ballmastrz, but I really wasn't paying attention. He was like looked like some kind of nursing home.
Yeah.
Probably was. Like his relationship with his grandmother reminds me of my relationship with my grandfather. So it has a special place for me. And then it's Adam's favorite show on Adult Swim right now.
Ooh.
The humor is subtle, but it's there and it's cute. It's really cute.
It's one of those shows you probably have to watch like a few times to catch all the jokes because it's subtle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's got like rewatchability.
Yeah. A lot. His girlfriend is a prepper.
Yeah.
And she hates leaving her basement.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Joe Pera, but he seems like an interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice if we could get guests on this show.
We should invite Carrie Means on the show.
I feel like I was going to say this at some point, but I feel like of the people we can probably on the show, Carrie Means is probably the less attached to an Adult Swim show / want of utilizing PR wherever they may be. If you're listening, PR. No, they don't listen.
Who listens?
That's true too. Who actually listens to this show? We just put it out and hope for the best. I think Russians listen to this show.
Probably. They're trying to get our secrets.
You know what? What the hell? Talk about something else. I'm gonna look this up.
Okay, so this one time I went out with my friend and we had a great girls' date. It was so much fun.
The end.
We got Mexican and we had fried ice cream after dinner because we were like, fuck it, we're girls and we're on a girl date, so we're gonna get fried ice cream, and it was really good. But it was made with like cornflakes, I think, instead of like the other
I've had
stuff
that.
they normally use.
I'm shocked. 2 weeks ago, we actually had 51 people in America listening to God knows what episodes.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you're listening to us now, thank you, and send us an email. And what's our email, John?
It was probably me because I see 24 episodes for the most recent episode, and then everything else is 1, 1, 1. So it's probably me like trying to find something in the last episode and then just letting it run. No, I'm kidding.
Well, John, email us.
Email us podcasts@acpnet.net. You got comments, you got questions, you got a suggestion for us to talk about. Why don't you how hard is it to type? I say this being the person who used to write a whole website of stuff and now does not write stuff, which I hope to change in the future. Because it's kind of my ticket to Comic-Con every but yeah, email us. You got, if you want to talk if you want to know more about Joe, ask us questions about that. If you want to know, what time you can expect your pretty face to come on, the repeats or something like that. We can answer simple questions. We'll answer stupid questions. I mean, like I said at the beginning, we got the question about Death Note once. We got the one about Slave Carl. I think we got one similar to the Death Note one recently.
And you can never forget season 3 ? But no like show title or nothing, just season 3 ?
Oh, was that the one?
I thought you said forever ago that there was like one email you got one time where they just said season 3 ? But you didn't know what show they were talking about.
Maybe Trish found that one or something.
No idea.
Okay, maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I thought there was like forever ago there was
when we started the show, we had like people like friends of ours like emailing like warmed over memes to us. Like there was one where the email is like a whole story and it diverts into the lyrics from Fresh Prince. By the way, I should mention there is an entire archive, and I'm so glad I dodged a bullet where I almost lost the first season of this show. So
yeah,
that was fun. But we do have a whole extensive archive that you can access for a whole $1 a month. You also get a lot of the archive from Adventure Club right now, and a new podcast that I do every couple of weeks about the history of pop culture in the week. And if you go to patreon.com/ACPN, you can donate $1 a month for that. It's only $1 a month. You're getting access to all these old, stuff, old interviews that we did with, Z-list celebrities on the Adventure Club side. On here, we have stuff that, hasn't been heard, and I'm contemplating doing like a rotating list of, some of the interviews that we've had in the past, and unfortunately hide the rest behind a paywall for, again, $1 a month. So, but I mean, we used to have some awesome interviews. Now we really haven't had any because, for whatever reason, I guess between the site not being what it used to be and, like, I don't know, PR hates us.
Well, I have some email.
Oh, you do?
Next door, Mount Shasta. Kimberly Anderson writes, I heard they are going to have a Panda Express where KFC was in Mount Shasta. Does anyone know when it plans to open? Catherine Goody says, wow, that would be great. It is sad to see the empty building. And then
Wait, Catherine or Kevin?
Catherine.
Oh, because I know a Kevin goatee.
No, it's Goody. Goode.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you said goatee.
And then Keith Hummel says, I heard it too. Hoping so for those of us who live life dangerously. What? Oh my God.
Dangerous?
I don't know. Like, that KFC Taco Bell was so nasty. And like they ran out of rice all the time. One time they ran out of tortillas.
But like, it sounds like to this guy, living life dangerously would be Panda Express.
Yeah, I don't know. People
Is
up
that
here are
dangerous for
weird.
people?
People up here are weird.
You guys want to do something real risky? Let's get some orange chicken.
Oh shit, yo.
Oh damn! I've never
wanna
seen
have a
orange
wild-
chicken before.
We have a wild night. We'll get some dumplings and
Holy fuck.
shit.
Stop it, Jason. Stop it.
Please, my penis can only get so erect.
I have an email. I don't know if I read this. I'm looking.
No,
through,
you didn't.
I'm looking through. How do you know? Did I read anything about the local maid service?
No.
All right.
Local maid service.
It came to my old Mr. Shake email before I lost it to web squatters and have to holding it over my head as hostage for $300. Hello, Mr. Shake at Aquatine Central. Looking for help around the house? Get the help you need to save time for the things you love. Our maid are ... safe and friendly, willing to work with all budgets, all pre-qualified and experienced. Get help today. Thank you, Maid Care Representative.
Ooh. I'm looking for a maid because we need, well, when the house is finally ready, we need to have someone come in and do a deep clean and a carpet shampoo. And then when we move away from this house, we need to have somebody come in and do a deep clean here.
Why don't you get Empire today?
They do floors.
I thought they did carpets too. No, Stanley Steamer does carpets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stanley
I don't know. The
Steamer does-
commercials in New York mesh together at this point.
You gotta
I don't
remember the
know
jingle.
I don't know whether I'm listening to the carpet ad, the floor ad, or the guys who will sue for injury, or the other guys
Look.
that'll sue for injury.
I don't think we have Stanley Steamer anywhere around here. I live in the boonies. Like, you would not believe it, but I'm a country girl now. I don't listen to country music except in the grocery store where that's all they fucking play.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate country music. Well, they played 80s music today,
It's
so
not
that
all
wasn't so
bad.
bad. Huh?
It's not all bad. I'm not a big fan of country, but there's some decent country.
like the older
Adam's-
stuff.
Check out Orville Peck. He wears a mask.
Adam said I'm scaring him with my rage.
Oh, boy. Maybe that's a sign that we have to wrap up. Do
Probably.
do we have anything else Adult Swim worthy to talk about? I feel like this was a pretty balanced show of ADD and information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should we pray?
For who?
I don't know.
Guests?
Obama and guests. Obama as a guest?
No shit.
Call Mark Maron. Maybe he has Obama's number.
Hey, if he can get on Between Two Ferns, he can get on our show.
I don't know about that one. That's one I meant to watch too. I wonder if it's still on Netflix. The Between.
Oh
Two
yeah,
Ferns
that's
movie.
an original movie, so it'll always be there. It was really
But
funny,
yeah.
very self-aware, very funny. Great, just celebrities making fun of themselves, basically the whole movie.
Yeah.
Very cool. So I guess that's it then.
I guess so.
No.
Does anybody know when new Rick and Morty is going to come back?
No.
Eventually.
I feel like they just announced a date.
Let me look that up real quick. You can edit point this.
Yeah, I'll edit point a lot of this. Well, it's not pinned to their Twitter account. And they're doing something with Merge Dragons. And what?
Lightning.
Lightning?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wasn't it supposed to rain today?
It's apparent. It's raining and there's
Oh yeah, there
a
it is.
freaking thunderstorm outside.
I think it needed a few seconds to catch up to me.
Yeah. Just big old flash.
Yeah, I don't see anything on Rick and Morty's Twitter feed that would indicate when they're coming back, but I thought I just saw something somewhere.
What I'm seeing is that
it was from a legitimate website.
What I'm seeing is that they put a teaser out, but there's no date that they.
Rick and Morty season 4, episode 6 will release sooner rather than later.
Okay.
Which probably means by the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it always gets. I always hear posts like that, but until I hear a confirmed date, I'm always like, okay, you know. Because when you get the date, it gets delayed too. Like they'll this date, and then it's this date, and then eventually,
And it's like, Adult Swim has broken our hearts so many times before.
Yeah.
Wait, Ballmastrz has ringtones now.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and like wallpapers and shit. They were pushing it hard.
Huh.
Well, guys, I think this is the end of a very podcast.
This is the end of a podcast, yes.
Yes.
Thank you all for listening. Again, you can check out, I guess AdultSwimCentral.com, which is not really a website, but should be eventually. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. Again, I've had thoughts on that. Also, podcasting goodness over at acpnet.net. Don't go to any other website. It's acpnet.net. You can get awesome shows like this one. I got a new show where I'm more professional sounding, and we talk about pop culture, stuff like that. And, Dana Snyder does a show about Disney drinking. And, a lot of cool, it's the Art, Comedy, and Pop Culture Network. So you got a lot of artsy and comical and pop culture related stuff. The Patreon again, patreon.com/ACPN, where you can donate $1 a month to get some awesome perks like our backlog of awesome interview stuff and more. New podcasts, new content, old content. And of course, the more you donate, the more you get if you look at the tiers.
And remember...
What?
Oh, go on.
No, I was going to say, I want to emphasize again, I wasn't kidding about that. If you want to interview for us, just send us a clip or something.
That was not me belching. I just want to point that out.
Okay. That was... now you threw me off.
I'm sorry. It wasn't me.
Yeah, I was serious about email us if you want to join the podcasting ranks of ours, if you think you have what it takes to entertain and infotain people, because we'll keep doing this, but every few months, since we'd like to do this more, but I'm not gonna sit here and talk about Adult Swim every week. I got a full-time job, and I got a podcast where I'm professional.
Yep. BMWs don't grow on trees.
Yep.
Hyundai Elantras don't drive themselves.
We paid off our Nissan Altima.
Oh, nice.
I know, right?
I got 7 more years to pay off my Toyota Tacoma that I just bought.
Yeah, you got a big-ass truck.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
We have a Ford Escape, and it's wonderful. I love it.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, until we decide to have another podcast, find a guest, perhaps, we will be back at a later date. And again, hope you enjoyed.
We love you.
Good night now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This has been an Adult Swim Central production.
ACPN.